Okay, so I'm sorry, I keep getting cut off. Right, the twins. Okay, so Kural and, Kural and Fural. I like Kural because, he's just, a little so casual about just everything. Like, he cares. He's so casual about it. Like, he knows that it's not really any of his business, so he doesn't really want to get involved in other people's drama, whereas Forel will, because he knows that he can influence his daily life, and he hates having his routine interrupted. And Coral is very open about his sexuality. He's very much a like, I like sex, so I'm gonna have it, like, and I'm gonna have it like whenever I want, and blah 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 blah, and that's the kind of thing. And Forel is totally asexual. He doesn't ever want to have sex ever. And Coral kind of protects his brother from that, and I think that's interesting. So I like the twins because they're so different. And okay, oh god, okay, then who would I have? Okay, and then there's Zal. He's the brother of the two Quarians. He's the one who lives in the Med Bay and has a crush on Zora. Zal, I think my favorite thing about him is he's so vindictive. Like, his sister is the one that everyone's really afraid of because she lives in, like, life support and can ruin everyone's day in, like, 5 seconds. But I think Zal is the more scary of the two, and I find that so funny because he's so vindictive. Like, the second anyone pisses him off in even the slightest way, you won't know it until you have to get stitched up. And then all of a sudden there's a needle in your arm and you're like, what did you do? So I like Zal for that. I know it's like a terrible trait to like someone for, but I find it funny. Which, I'm a horrible person that I find it funny, but I do. Okay. So then there's his sister, Tazra. I'm pretty sure that's her name. I'm horrible with names, even they're my own characters, and I can't remember. Tazra, I like her because she's like the opposite way of not giving a fuck. She doesn't give a fuck in the way that she's like angry about it. Like, you don't want to mess with her. Like, she lives in life support, and all of the crew is like, yeah, when we get drunk, we don't mess with her because we'll get punished or she'll turn off the life support. So I think I like that about them. Like, they're because you have the twins who are so different, and then you have Zal and Tazra who are actually very similar, even if they don't look like it on the surface. And then there's Racist, who I like him because he just kind of blends into the background. I know that's terrible to like about a character. Like, he should be like dynamic because all characters, but I like him because he blends into the background because, I mean, it's interesting because then you have like just the blah guy, and he's a part of the bridge crew, and like they talk about him, and he has his moments, but for the most part he's just like the muscle standing in the background. No one ever pays attention to him unless he gets in trouble. He's that guy. So I love that. And he's constantly getting yelled at and getting blamed for things that aren't his fault. I think that's the best part about him. Okay, so I guess that's everybody. If I missed anyone, they're my own characters and I forget. Okay. Okay, so continuing on with questions. What's something you have always wanted to RP but haven't yet done? Plot and character-wise. I think I would love to RP some of the crew's past, like especially Ilias, I think, because his past is very interesting, especially since he's so messed up. Like, he was born messed up, so I would like to RP that. I would really love to RP Atreus' past, just because it's so angsty. It makes me so sad. Like, the second I came up with it, I started crying, because, like, it was just one of those things. So I would love to RP that. Plot-wise, I'm not sure. Like, I would love to have been able to RP Dezora's trial with, like, a shepherd, just a shepherd, but I don't think anyone was really available at the time. So, or, like, wasn't in a position where Dezora would actually ask them. So that never actually happened. But I think that's one of the things I would like to do in the future. Maybe, possibly. Other than that, there's not real much plot for the Blue Suns crew because you know, they just follow orders. They're not like that group. They get swept up in everything else. They don't actually like their own individual things are so minor that they're not like the kind to like go out and like earth-shakingly change something. Which is good, I think, for Tumblr. So I guess that's about it. Okay. Is there anything you wouldn't want to RP / would be uncomfortable RP? Okay, anything that required that rape or anything like torture. I don't like RPing that stuff. Like I will write it because sometimes that kind of stuff it needs to be aired out, but you know, that kind of thing isn't for entertainment, and I absolutely refuse to RP it. I refuse really to write about it as well because it's not something that should be used for people's entertainment. It's a terrible thing. It should never happen to anybody whatsoever, regardless of gender or race or religion or anything. Like, it just shouldn't happen. It's one of those things like murder. It shouldn't happen, and I won't ever RP it, which is really funny because I will actually RP murder, which is terrible, but I will. Other than that, I don't think there's many things that make me all that uncomfortable. Just anything that is like torture or rape. Okay, do you prefer fan fiction or RPing? Or neither? Or your own original work? I don't really have a preference. I like them all. Like, I do everything. Like, I write my own stuff, and I love fan fiction, and I love RPing so much. Like, I do it when I'm not on Tumblr. I do it all the time. Role-playing is the shit. Like, on Wednesday, I was so jet-lagged, and I still invited my friends over for a game day, and I was like, oh god, I'm too tired to RP. Let's just play Cards Against Humanity. And we still wound up RPing anyway, which that was a terrible day for my character. But you know, it's RPing is something I love doing, and I love writing fan fiction because I love storytelling and I love writing my own stuff. So I guess everything is pretty much equal for me. I love doing it all because I'm just one of those people. You know, jack of all trades, master of none, that kind of thing. Except like writing, I love writing. If there's one thing I had to be proud of, it would be writing. What's my favorite word? Like, are people allowed to have a favorite word? I don't know if I have one. If I had to pick one, crap. Like, it would probably be a word I never use. Like, isn't that terrible? My favorite word is a word I would never use. Favorite word. You know what? Feck. Let's go with that. Feck. Not the other one. The one that I would have to, like, beep. The socially acceptable way to say that word, apparently, is feck. I learned that when I was in Ireland, so we'll go with that. Feck. Least favorite word. I'm gonna have to go with feminist. Like, I call myself a feminist, but I hate that word. Because it kind of, like, the connotation is that your belief is that women somehow deserve more rights or are better than men. And that's not the point of feminism. The point of feminism is that everyone is equal, regardless of gender. And I think that's the part that's so irritating. Like, you say feminist, and it's, oh, you hate men. It's like, no. That's a feminazi. Like, I don't hate men. I like men. I like men in kilts. Like, you know, because feminism is like, the connotations kind of sucks. So if I had to pick a word, that would be the word that I really don't like. Or slut. I don't like the word slut either, because it like kind of implies that sex is bad, and sex isn't bad. I mean, there's nothing wrong about sex. I mean, so long as you're safe and you wear protection, there's nothing wrong with it. So, like, why badmouth people for having as much or as little sex as they want? Like, that's none of your business. Why do you care? Why are you... I don't like it. Okay, favorite place to write. Oh, I write here, so I guess this is my favorite spot. You're looking at it. This is my favorite place to write. I do get some writing done outside, but for the most part, I like writing on the computer, and my computer's attached to a desk, so I write at the desk. And oh crap, this has gone over time. Okay, next video. We'll finish up the question.